Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to thin out a bamboo clump and remove the runners to create a nice airy bamboo plant. Let's get to it. This is the bamboo plant I'll be working on today, Philostachys aurea, thanks to James Hedworth for bringing this to my attention in the comments on my previous video. You can see that the canes are quite dense and how it's starting to spread by sending running rhizomes away from the main plant. So these rhizomes are what we're going to want to remove today, along with thinning out the central cane system. There are 3 main bamboo plants in this bed, and I've already tidied up 2 of them. So let's show you step by step how to get these results on the 3rd one. The goal of today is to create 3 separate, clear, open plants that are not spreading, taking out smaller, weaker canes, allowing space within the clump, which will reduce rot and congestion. And finally, by raising the lower leaves, as this will let sunlight ripen the new buds to grow straight canes, while also exposing and retaining the larger, more developed existing canes. So you'll be creating healthy, contained, good-looking plants. So what I've been doing is keeping the thicker and the straighter canes here, getting rid of any bending canes and allowing space between the canes. Also been taking out any shoots like this that have been congealed in there, similar to this one, but obviously that one's rotten. But these sort of runners, when they've got a tip on them like that, that's growing in a direction that's not desirable, then I've removed those. And just generally thinning the area out so it's not as dense a clump. I'm going to see how these ones grow. They can fill in this gap next year. If not, I'm going to take those out as they're a lot thinner than the other canes here. But I don't want to take too much away that we just left with 5 or 6 canes. I still want a nice healthy clump, so it still acts as that screen. Also, you want to take out any dead bits. I like to take some of the lower canes as well, so then it doesn't poke me in the eye, and I can have good clearance at the base to see when new bamboo shoots and rhizomes come up. What you may have noticed is there's quite a lot of upturned soil here. What I like to do is go around in a circle with the fork, digging over the soil and going reasonably deep, pulling some back and just checking to make sure that we don't have any rhizomes coming out and coming across. And also by taking your fork and going down this sort of depth on this bamboo, I find if there are any rhizomes, which there has been, coming across, that will get those dug up. This was one of the runners that I chopped off from around the base of the bamboo. And you can see how elaborate that one is. There's a bit of crocosmia in there which I'll try and salvage later. But you can see there was some really big 3-4 meter stalks coming out there, and that was just 1 year. So it's certainly well advised to keep up with this every year and do that perimeter dig around the outside of your bamboo to make sure you get these sort of things out so they're not hidden in the soil and then just pop up unexpected. Now moving on to this one. You can see it's quite clustered down here. A lot of old dead ones that are still here. You can just take these sort of ones out and leaf matter and all sorts in here. So I'm going to go through this one now and thin it out as well. Get rid of these canes coming off to the left. Thin out this kind of dense cluster here. Take any stragglers out that are coming outside the clump. And removing these sort of lower branches to make it similar to these two. First, I'm just going to come around the perimeter of the bamboo, dragging back all of the leaf and branch debris, collecting this up, so then I can have access to get in there and start thinning it out. So the next task would be taking out any of these dead canes that have previously been cut. So then you've got access with your loppers, secateurs or saw to take out other canes that may need taking out. Some of these dead canes might be hard to access because you've got other canes in front of them. And in this case I want to take these thinner ones out anyway, as you want to leave the thicker, more developed canes, as that's going to give you the structure. So here, I'm going to take these ones out. That gives me enough space to get my loppers in. And take that one out. Now I've got this clear, you can see there's quite a bit of irregular growth here. These sort of runners come off and then they've been cut and are sending little shoots that haven't developed. So what I'm actually going to do is take those out and then bring the spade in and come through here to take that whole section off, as it's not extremely healthy growth and it's not benefiting the clump in any way. So to take this off with a spade, I've made sure this area is clear, taken off any shoots that have come out this way, and these canes are behind me. I'm actually stood over them to prevent them from being in my face and causing injury. So I'm just going to take my spade and with two hands drive it through there. And after hitting it a few times, you can start to get that sort of crack emerging. Then once you've created a split along the back, you can bring your fork in the front. And that's a lot better there. You can see something like that could have been, or was going to be, a runner. So I'm just going to come in and cut that off there. Actually following it back comes into here. So I'm going to take that one out, and this one, as that's just bearing back down into the ground, and I imagine it will come out here as a runner potentially, similar to this one. That's not going to be a suitable bamboo cane, so I'm going to take that off. Any of these badly growing bits here. We can take out. And that will give us more access to get to some of these to thin it out. And also prevent these sort of runners. So same again here, I'm probably going to take the spade and just chop these bits off so they don't try and develop into runners, and then the bamboo can focus on putting upward growth on rather than trying to spread. Just by giving this one a pull, it seemed to snap off because it's not actually growing in the soil like these sort of canes. It was growing on top up here, so any that are like that, there you go, just like that one, I would just remove, because you can see the roots on the surface there, and if it's easy for you to just pull it away, when that becomes mature and tall, then the wind's going to have no problem taking that one out. So I'm happy with the bamboo in here. I'm just coming through with the spade, taking off this sort of overhang. As you can see, it's got some runners and potential runners that I want to take out. I just wanted to discuss, when chopping, instead of chopping directly straight, if you chop at a bit of an angle, even if you slightly miss the slot where you're chopping, because it's a slope, it'll guide your spade down into the area that you want to chop. So instead of chopping straight, because if you miss, you're going to go either too far into the cane clump or too far away. If you start doing it at an angle, even if you slightly miss, you'll still catch that angle and go into where you want to be chopping. And the way that I recommend you do chop is throwing the spade down, but on your fingers here, rather than having it on your palm, as that's going to send a shock all up your arm. If you do it here, it acts as a bit of a shock absorber suspension sort of thing. So I find that then you're not going to get tennis elbow or any sort of injuries like that. And it also does help when you have a little bit of a wiggle in your spade handle. So at an angle, coming down on your fingers, not through your palm. And also nice relaxed grip. You want to be easily able to move your hand around there. You don't want to grip it really hard, or else that's another way you're going to cause an injury. And you're just throwing the spade down, two hands, one hand on the handle there, one on the top bit, and just gentle grip, so the spade slides through your hand there, and you're throwing it down like this, and then upon impact you've got that helps you twist, but also because you've got a loose grip, you know, it's not tight like that. The impact hits this part of your fingers, which then is drastically reduced, and to be honest, I don't feel any vibrations or pain in my hand or arm at all. So just to show you, you can wear gloves or not wear gloves, whatever's comfortable. I'll show you with gloves so the red shows up a bit more. So, holding the spade like that, quite loose on the grip. I don't usually go over like that to allow for that shock absorption. and I'm quite happy I've gone through that side. So you can see these sort of old woody bits haven't got much life in them and or aren't going to grow the way that I want. And you've got this sort of very dense piece of growth here, and there's going to be lots of shoots that can come out from here, which I don't want, as right here there's a tree. So with this area now, just going to dig around the outside to make sure there's no more rhizomes shooting around, and then it'll get good mulch. And that's it all finished. Looks far better in that space there. Nicely thinned out and reduced in size, away from the tree here. And it's nicely mulched, so it will feed the bamboo and protect those roots in the autumn and winter. Now the bamboo plant will do a lot better. It's been thinned out, which will allow airflow, reducing rot and congestion, and enable it to focus energy on thicker, maturer canes. The lower leaves have been removed to allow light to ripen buds from the base and helps the canes grow straight rather than bending searching for light. Lastly, by digging around the perimeter to remove any running rhizomes to prevent it from spreading and becoming out of control. That's it for this video. Hope you found it useful and entertaining. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Anyone who does so really does help the channel grow, and it's much appreciated. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.